Hello everybody and welcome to the Deck of Freedom! Because it's the 4th of July weekend and here in the United States we have a little tendency to celebrate the founding of our country and our independence. And so with that in mind, I put together a red, white, and blue deck. And the only card that I have that's red, white, and blue is Hinata Dawn Crown from Kamigawa. Legendary Kirin Spirit, 4/4 flyer with trample, and spells you cast cost 1 less mana for each target that you have as part of the spell. And spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast for each target. So we've got things like Meteor Swarm, which you can choose among X target creatures and or planeswalkers. So it'll get cheaper if we have Hinata out while we cast these things. So we've got 67 cards in the deck. We have more than the usual 60 because we're America. We have more. We have more of everything. All right. We've got 27 lands, right? So I got 4 extra cards in there, and then I put 3 extra lands to make sure that I wouldn't be jammed up for land. Only 10 creatures and 30 non-creatures. Here's what we got. 1 Syncopate. This is my 1 counterspell, really, just to use in a clutch. 1 Sanctify to get rid of artifact or enchantment. Selfless Samurai. When you attack alone, it gains lifelink, or you can sacrifice it and another creature gets indestructible. 1 Study Break, 1 card that gets into my sideboard. Crackling Emergence that enchants a land, makes it a 3/3 red spirit creature with haste. But if the land would be destroyed, if the enchanted land would be destroyed, instead you get to just sacrifice this enchantment, and the land itself gains indestructible until end of turn, so you get the land back to use later. 2 copies of Dorothea, Vengeful Victim, 4/4 Spirit Flyer. When she attacks or blocks, you sacrifice it at the end of combat. Then you can bring it back as Dorothea's Retribution, and it's a creature. And every time that you go ahead and attack, you create a 4/4 white spirit token creature that is tapped and attacking. You have to sacrifice that token at the end of combat, but that's basically you get to have a 4/4 flyer every time you attack. Whenever the creature that you've put the enchantment aura on is attacking. 1 Hallowed Respite. This is exile target legendary creature, then return it. This is actually usually in here to get rid of token creatures, enemy token creatures, so they don't come back actually. Because you can exile a token creature, but it doesn't return. 1 copy of Expressive Iteration, just to look through the cards of your library and choose what's best at the moment. 1 Shatter Skull Smashing. This is one where if you have a couple of targets, it becomes a little bit cheaper. 2 Culmination of Studies, where you can exile your cards, and depending on what cards are exiled, those are the ones, a different thing happens. So if a land card happens to be exiled, you get a treasure token. If it's a blue card, you get to draw a card. And if it's a red card, you deal 1 damage to each opponent. Solve the Equation. This is to go look for whatever I feel like I need. If I feel like I need a counterspell, I go get a counterspell. If I need something to filter through my deck more, I get that, although I don't think I do that. If I need, direct damage, I go get direct damage. Whatever I need, I go look. 3 copies of Witness the Future. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their graveyard into their library. You get to look at the top 4 cards of your library and then put 1 of those cards in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. So it is preferable that you already have some cards in your graveyard maybe that you want to keep. Although if your opponent has something deadly that he can get out of his graveyard, you can shuffle his card into his graveyard instead. Neonate's Rush. 1 damage to target creature and 1 to its control, and you draw a card. It's just to get rid of a 1/1 pesky creature. Seismic Wave deals 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to each non-artifact creature target opponent controls. So if you target this with a creature that has toughness of 3, it's going to do the 2 damage to it, and then it'll do the 3rd damage to it as well. So you target toughness 3 creature, and then if there's any other 1/1s that are around, they will go away too. Magic Missile can't be countered. It deals 3 damage divided among 1, 2, or 3 targets. So if you choose 3 targets and Hinata happens to be out, it'll only cost you 2 red instead of just 3. Vedric Astral Archmage, legendary wizard. It becomes day as he enters the battlefield, and his instant and sorcery spells that you cast cost X less, where X is Vedric's power. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you put a +1/+1 counter on Vedric. So if he becomes a 2/3 and then a 3/4, your instants and sorceries cost 2 or 3 less. As he grows more powerful, your spells grow cheaper. Which I'm probably going to make a deck really focused around him later. Wandering Mind. I haven't seen anybody using this, but I kind of like it. It's 2/1 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, you look at the top 6 cards of your library, you choose a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. The rest goes on the bottom of your library in a random order. Good way to get, just a 2/1 flying chump blocker if you need it out, and look for something that you really need from among the top 6 cards. It's nice. Rizona, Commander. Legendary Samurai with haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get an indestructible counter on it. Then when combat damage is dealt to you, you lose it. So if you wanted to keep around and withstand things like Doom Scars and Blood on the Snows, you need to sort of make sure that you're not taking combat damage the next turn. Meteor Swarm. 3 red and X deals 8 damage divided as you choose among X targets. So if you have 8 targets, you need 11 mana. 3 of it has to be red. But if you do the 8 targets, let's see, and you have Hanada out, then I think you just need the 3 red. So if you have like a bunch of Scoot Swarms that you want to get rid of and you don't have another spell, that could get rid of a lot of them. We have a couple of Planeswalkers, one Grandmaster of Flowers, and he can do a couple of different things. We have Wandering Emperor. She can do a couple of different things, mostly exiling, but also creating these token samurais. So that may be another way I can get creatures since I only have 10 creatures. Inscription of Insight. So a sorcery, you can only choose one among the 3 for 4 mana, but if you have 8 mana, 3 of which has to be blue, then you can choose all 3 options. Return 2 target creatures to their owner's hands, scry 2, then draw 2 cards, and then target player creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the number of cards in your hand. So you're hoping to do that on you, and you're hoping you have 3 or 4 cards in your hand when you do it, so you can get a tough creature. Ryu Storm's Edge, which I like to pair up with Rizona. With Ryu, he has a 3/3 with first strike, but also whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you untap it. And if there's a first combat phase, then there's an additional combat phase after. So you could do this with Ryu in attack and just be a first strike 3/3, and then your second attack could be just him again. You could send Rizona on through the first, and she'd be 3/3. And if she already has an indestructible counter on her, then maybe they could block her once if there was one creature out. But could they handle 6 points of damage? Because she'd get to come attack again, and she'd be doing another 3 points of damage. Reconstruct History. Return up to 1 target artifact card, enchantment card, instant, sorcery, and planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. So you don't want to do this at one of the very first turns, but hopefully when your graveyard is filled up with a few things, you can go get stuff back. 1 copy of Showdown of the Scalds. Exile the top 4 cards of your library. You can have 1 turn to play all those cards, and then the next 2 turns, whenever you cast a spell, you get a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So you got to feel kind of confident so it doesn't get wasted that you'll have a creature to put those targets counters on. Hanada we covered. Myriad Construct is my 1 artifact in the deck. It's 4/4, and if you kick it and pay 7, you get a +1/+1 counter on it for each non-basic land your opponents control. So if they have like 4 basic lands and 2 non-basic, you'd be a 6/6 creature instead of 4/4. The cool thing is when it's the target of a spell, you sacrifice it and create a number of 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens. You see the picture to the right, equal to its power. So if it's a 6/6, you'll get 6 1/1s. If you just play the 4 and put it out as a 4, it'll be 4/4. 1 Doomscar, because we only have 10 creatures, right? 1 Split the Party, choose target player, return half the creatures they control to their owner's hand rounded up. I don't know why this is an instant, a sorcery instead of an instant. I think it should be an instant, but whatever. We have Snow Day that is an instant. You can tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures do not untap during their controller's next untap phase. Then you draw 2 cards and discard a card. And 1 Explosive Welcome, where you can do damage to any target, 3 damage to yet another target, and then add 3 red mana. And we got 1 Field of Ruin as always, and we got 1 World Tree, but we had no green. It's just, red, white, and blue. If we get World Tree, then we can cast red, white, and blue with everything. And that makes sense, right? All right, that's the deck. It's 4th of July weekend. We are celebrating the nation's founding and independence with the flag's colors, red, white, and blue. Let's see how it goes. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm not sure about keeping Grandmaster Flowers in here. He costs 2 white. I don't have a lot of white. Not a whole lot for me to cast yet, except Culmination of Studies. That was the most exciting thing I've waited for ever in this game. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What are we losing? What if I don't want to lose those? Oh, they do like to spend their time thinking, don't they? Let's see if we can get rid of the token, or if he has a counterspell for that. He lets me kill the fish! Yay! Will you let me do this? Let's see. We want this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And we'll take Wandering Mind. We'll take a creature, even though he's got removal. And we're going to want Reconstruct History. I feel like he's got removal and counter spells, don't you? We know he's got removal right here. Uh-oh. That's not a good spell when your opponent has 7 mana already. do what? Just one? We get to draw a card. No damage to you. Okay. I guess we're taking that card. Is he willing to trade? What kinds of stuff are we losing here? Not much. All right. Okay, let's see, what can I get? Instant sorcery, planeswalker, and enchantment. I just get an instant sorcery back, so let's not do that yet. I hope he puts out both of these. Discard 2 cards. Okay. Should have attacked first. It's not just his creature, it's each creature. So that's a misplay on my part. And he's just going to go get more card draw out of it. He's got so many cards too. Yeah, I guess we'll keep those. But it clears the board, and we can get 4 more points in, and we can go get some cards. So no artifact, but we get the enchantment card back, we get an instant card back, we get a sorcery card back, and a planeswalker card back. It makes up for him trying to make me discard things, huh? He does get to see what I have. I probably need another creature in this deck. Maybe an artifact creature. That way if I lose it, I can get it back with Reconstruct History, right? It's a good idea. I'm still okay if he can't eliminate me, or if I can just take him out. He lets it happen. It's still taking forever to get my second white mana. No, wait, I've got 2 there. I've got 1 there and 1 there, right? So this should work just fine. Oh, what are you going to do? Mill me 2 cards? Like I can't get those cards back. When he went to search for a card, what did he get? Did he search for Angel of Suffering? He's got enough to put it down on the board already, right? He's heavy into the graveyard deck. Autopay.
Not even a meal before battle?
You do not get to attack.
No peace, my enemy.
What do we want back? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want a second creature for Rallying Maneuver. Rallying Maneuver probably does not belong in this deck. Get rid of you. That's what happens when you bring black and blue against the good old red, white, and blue of the US of A. What he's got is he's got a couple of... He's got this card here where he can exile Expendable Lackey from his graveyard and create a fish token. So that holds up priority with his 2 extra treasures every single move. We've almost got as much land as him. And if he can't get rid of my Planeswalker, his Dreadhound is not going to be all that useful to him. Yeah, Rally Maneuver is just taking up too much dead weight. I don't have enough creatures to make it worthwhile. It works well with saving mana with Hanada, but if I've got enough mana to get Hanada and a second creature down, maybe I don't need to worry about saving up mana at that point for that stuff. Only 4 mana spent. He's still got 5 mana. Does he not have counter spells? I mean, this deck would work great with just 1 counter spell. Okay, this will take up 3, 4, 5. This will take up all of my mana, but I have 2 targets. Oh, wait. Is that how we do it, or no? It's been a while since I used this card. Okay, we use 6, so it's 6 to each. Okay, so we save 2 mana because we have 2 targets. And he's got 5 mana, so he's got, you know, maybe a way to protect it somehow? Return permanent to owner's hand. Okay. So you saved one. I like that animation. It's such a nice animation. Okay. Let's see. We just do that. Submit. Oh, wait. Let's go do the attack first. Attack first. Do the damage. We don't want to give a target creature stuff, so let's just search for something we don't have. We'll search the graveyard. And then
Demonstrate your skill.
we can go get some more stuff. I like that card, right? I like that card. I like that card. I like that. I like all of my cards. It's the problem with using Witness the Future. It's like I can't make up my mind. I've got, after all of this, let's see, which one do I want? Ooh, Dorothea. Hello, Dorothea. I've got 2 cards in the graveyard and 2 exiled cards after all this time. And he's got 26 cards in the graveyard and 3 exiled. I think I'm doing a better job of rating my graveyard than he is. Look at all these graveyard cards he has. He could draw a card. He could flashback. He could put a fish out and then flashback. What would that take? Like 10 mana? 6, 7, 8? He's got enough to do all 3 of those. He hasn't bothered with anything. He does have removal. And he used it on my Hinata instead of the Planeswalker. What was he thinking? Discard 2 cards. Morale Maneuver and Battle of Frost and Fire. Shoom. And this is the perfect card to save it. And you can't attack. Neener, neener, neener. Oink, oink, oink.
Perhaps learn some humility.
Can't really do much else, can I? I hold priority because I can sacrifice a samurai at any moment. He needs to put down how many creatures to survive? He needs to have at least 2 possible defenders that fly. Or he needs to be able to remove Dorothea some way other than a destruction card. So if he has a couple more Bloodchief's Thirst, those are not going to work. Especially because they work at sorcery speed, not instant speed. I rest my case. You would need to have another removal spell that acts at sorcery speed. And you do not. Maybe as an unsummon. After all that, you still got 8 mana, so you got stuff you can do. Maybe he still doesn't have what he needs in his deck. After all the stuff that he wanted to do. There we go. Return target creature. There you go. Now you got 2 flyers, right? We think he still loses, right? You cannot block.
As little,
I have 2 attackers.
Not let you harm others.
Can you stop that? Good game. Bam, bam. And we probably would have won by dealing damage with Culmination of Studies anyway. Alright. So Rally Maneuvers is coming out. I'm going to go find an artifact creature. Accessed all 3 colors already. Doesn't really matter what land we get next, right? Our 3rd land will usually give us all 3 colors. If the deck consents to give me land. If I remember right, we have 27 lands in here. There we go. All 3 colors. And what do I want to do? Nothing. That's instant, so let's go ahead and do this. A dog. Target you. Get rid of 2 of those puppies. And that's it. What are those, Doom Scars? Storm of whatever, the fight spell? Okay, that's getting a little bit better. What do we want to go search for? It's hard to tell. I don't know what's in his deck. I mean, I'm assuming it's the enchantment deck. I really need my other mountains. Wow, you're taking a long time. Gross. Okay, I know what spell I'm going for now. What spell did you choose? Oh, do we not get to see that one? Oh, because it wasn't revealed to us. I didn't know that, so we never get to see that? Interesting. He quits? All I used was 3 spells on a creature. Oh well. America. What? What is this? Where's my white spell? My white land? This next one will be a plains or something? That's the rule. No white land. They broke the rule. Core Celebrant. So a bunch of life gain stuff. And they give me 2 spells that take white. This is usually what happens when Magic wants you to lose. These, I only have 2 copies of those in the entire deck, and I get them both up front. Life gain, life gain. Oh, and look at that. Now, when I need land, I just need 1 more to get rid of both of those, and they don't give it to me. But I'm not bitter. I don't even care if you have that one. Still no land. There was some land. There was 4 different lands in there. What would I even look for? This is a little ridiculous. He's got 6 lands. My opponent has no trouble getting land. And evidently, I'm giving them fits because I managed to cast 1 card. Because I finally broke down and cast a card, I couldn't cast Syncopate and stop that. Sure. They probably got a way to bring that one back anyway. There's my white land now. When it's finally too late. I only have 2 white lands, so I can't use Doomscar. So I need to use Seismic Wave. Which I don't have enough mana now to do. But I can put out a blocker. Seriously? Would have been nice if I had 7 lands then. I could have used Syncopate. Especially if I'd known that was what was going to be going on. Okay. Flesh Taker. Okay. That only deals 1 damage. Hmm. Draw 2 and then discard. So we'll discard this one, and we'll discard Syncopate, because I'm never able to use it. Oh, we just have to discard 1 card. Okay, we'll discard Dorothea. Put that down. Tapped out again. Then we'll just attack with Dorothea now. I have a turn where you can't untap. Don't need to worry about Toxrill being there and having to worry about all the slugs, but he could bring Toxrill back, and I didn't want those slugs to be a thing. Okay, you go here. Autopay is fine. Let's see, that's still only 1 point of damage, right? Okay, let's go here. What do we want back? I want you back. I'll take you back. Yeah, I'll take you back. I'll take all of you back. And then what do we want? I feel like I want a Planeswalker. Explosive Welcome can't even take these out because of his power. Okay, but we can kick you, finally. No, you don't have any dual lands. You're still going to be a 4/4. Why did I bother? That was a waste of mana. I don't think he read the card. I didn't realize I'm going to get 4 1/1s out of that. Made him waste a removal spell. That was good. You're doing nothing? Really? Well, you can play at that game, buddy. I could draw a card anytime, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if he casts a spell for 2 mana, I can make good on my Syncopate finally. That's what I want. Past blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go away. Watch, he has a 1 mana spell like Feign Death. He had to sort each one of these in the order in which he wanted to kill them. I'm not gonna stop that one. You can spend your removal spell on that.
Now you've done it. Hat's coming off. My judgment is final.
All right. Now we're cooking with gas, finally.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Aha! Still alive. Ooh, I like you.
Strike fast and strike hard.
And this is all the colors, red, white, and blue, because Hinata is American. And you chose white and black on 4th of July weekend. What were you thinking? He's looking at Hinata. And he chooses to kill the construct. They're thinking a long time on each one of these. Man, I'm getting a lot of lands. They've been saving up all the removals. They have been. Where was all your removals before? You're just getting them now. Now what am I supposed to do? Here, let me go draw a card. So land, land, and more land. Okay?
Keep watch for intruders.
Okay, I will. We'll just auto pass. Maybe that'll make this go a little bit faster.
how we greet our enemies.
Stop gaining life. It's nonsense.
Remember your training.
Let's hold on to that for a second. Ooh. Well, that could be a tough card.
Guards, to me!
Aw, unicorn. Unicorn is so cute.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Okay, what kind of stuff do we want? We want the artifact. We don't have an enchantment. We'll take Syncopate, and we'll take Doomscar. No Planeswalkers in there. Okay, let's see. We can do that to you. And we can bring you down. That seems fair. Oh, he's not going to be happy with me. Extra counters means if you ever target him, we get more construct tokens.
I have got new moves
Bam
to
and bam.
teach you.
Something to do with our extra mana. Da 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 da. Doomscar. Okay. Okay. We can
May
lose
your
that.
blade strike true.
Let's go draw a card. Ooh, I like that. He's got haste. He's been coming across a lot of destruction spells, hasn't he? I guess we'll just take him out.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Ah, he doesn't have a creature for me to target. I can't even use that spell. Ah, now I can use that spell. Ta-da! America! Okay, we're done. And who won? Freedom won. That's who. The Deck of Freedom. We'd show you more, but a couple of those were really long battles. So I didn't want to wear out my welcome. Anyway, it's kind of a fun deck. Of course, it would be better if we had more copies of Hinata, so I'll probably get some more copies as we go. But just a little red, white, and blue patriotic deck for celebrating the weekend and having some fun. You know, we got to use some fireworks for a little bit. I thought that was appropriate. So thanks for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe. Come back another time. We'll have another new deck for you right around the corner at Tpull's Corner. This is Travis signing off, everybody. Have a happy 4th of July. Thanks.